I audited 10 5 to 6 figure clothing brands this past week, and they all had this one thing in common: killing their conversions. It's not really what you think, and this is driving a huge impact on each of their brands. So they all had a low conversion rate, around lower than 1%. And you might not think it's a big deal, but I'm gonna break down why it is. Improving conversion rates directly impacts your revenue without increasing any ad spend or making any new products, all of that. A mere 1% improvement in CVR can translate to hundreds of thousands in additional revenue. So let's break it down really quick. Why is this a huge bottleneck for these brands? This one pulled a 0.32 conversion rate over time, and at a 0.32%, it takes around 300 sessions to get one order on average. And then let's compare it to 1.65% conversion rate. At 1.65, it takes around 61 sessions to get one order on average. So let's dumb it down a bit more. At 1.65, you get around 5x better conversions than 0.32. So with the same traffic, you get over 5x more orders than you would at 0.32. And then at 10,000 website sessions, at 0.32, you get 32 orders. At 1.65, you will get 165 orders. That's a huge jump in orders and possibly five figures in revenue you're missing out. And that's really the scale of it. Let's examine the financial impact of CVR on a business with around 100,000 monthly visitors. So at a baseline of 2% conversion rate, which is pretty good, and you would pull around 2,000 conversions, which pulls you in 100,000 monthly revenue and a million in annual revenue. So let's up it by 25%, just a 0.5% increase on the actual conversion rate scale. You would pull in 2,500 conversions, 25,000 more dollars every month in your pocket, and then 1,500,000 every year. And this could go on and on with better CVRs. Let's take a 4% CVR, which is pretty good for a brand. This is a 100% increase from the baseline, and you would pull in around 4,000 conversions, 200,000 a month, and 2 million a year. That's a huge increase, around 1,200,000 in increase. So an average conversion rate hovers around 1.8 to 2.2%, and top performers achieve 4 to 6% every single month. The difference isn't really luck, it's a systematic optimization across five critical conversion pillars that a lot of brands overlook now. So I pulled in a 3.7 conversion rate for this one brand who was pulling in around a zero point 0.8. So how did we do that? How did we increase our CVR conversion rate? Well, first, we really had to understand the psychology behind it. One, the visual confidence framework. See, a lot of fashion purchases are inherently risky. Customers can't see your product, they don't know how it feels, they don't know how it actually looks like in person, and they don't know how it fits without trying it on. Hence, why a lot of these fashion places they have dressing rooms now. This is to prevent the friction, but online stores, you have a lot of hesitation at the checkout. Your product imagery needs to eliminate all of that doubt through a multi angle system. So you want to address all of their purchase barriers, and this really goes beyond just good product pictures. So you need to answer unspoken questions before they become objections, demonstrate context and lifestyle integration, provide technical detail, and create an emotional connection. So a lot of common mistakes these brands make is just having a generic white background shot and thinking it's enough to bump that conversion rate. It is good, but there's a lot of factors that go into it. And then they also have inconsistent model sizing. And then they have no texture or fabric in the description. And what we would do differently is we would use strategic shot sequences addressing purchase concerns. So include a lot of model pictures. You want good product pictures, add color correction, raw filter, and just have a lot of variety in the models, which goes into diverse representation. It's not just about race here or genders, it's more about sizes here too. So you want to show all shapes and sizes because there's going to be people a lot bigger and people who are smaller. And then you also want close ups. A lot of brands aren't using material close ups on their products, especially if you have a good fabric You want to do close-ups to really emphasize how it looks. And why this works is because it reduces perceived purchase risk by around 40 to 60%, and it impacts add to cart and checkout completion rates. So your conversion rate will skyrocket if you just implement these. Now let's go into two, the size psychology system. So the challenge here is size related returns cost fashion brands around 15 to 25% of revenue, and size uncertainty kills conversions before they even purchase your product. Traditional size charts fail because they don't account for how customers actually make decisions. The solution needs a behavioral framework that combines data transparency with confidence building. So, how do we fix this? Well, first of all, you need in depth size charts. Don't just steal one off another website that you like. You need comparative fit data. So, imagine you have a 6 foot, 200-pound man modeling for your hoodie. You will need to include that in the description. Model is 6 foot wearing a medium sized hoodie. And then be size descriptive. So, include like oversized, boxy fit, slim or tight, just all of that. And then number three, the checkout psychology framework. The challenge here is average cart abandonment in fashion or e-commerce is around 68 to 75%. And this isn't random, it's predictable friction at specific points. So you need a strategic approach to this. High converting checkouts aren't simply frictionless, they strategically manage customer psychology through the payment journey. So, a lot of zones you could really dial in on with this is just urgency. You need to create scarcity with your product so they feel forced to buy before it runs out. Payment methods. If you give them a lot of payment methods, Apple Pay, Google Pay, Shop, one that really works really good is buy now, pay later, or payment plans. Those fucking rip because it really gets in their head like if I just pay 16 every 2 weeks and I could get this $100 hoodie. That's so good. That's a bargain because it lowers the price in their head. Exit intent salvage strategies. So let's say they're trying to click out of your site. You include a pop up that's like 10% off, limited time only, and then boom, they're like, I'll dial in on this before it runs out and I'll buy it. So these are just the statistics of them. So at the abandonment points, shipping cost surprises, that's a huge one. If you don't have free shipping, I will get free shipping. Just fucking increase your prices. You don't want surprise. Imagine they already picture like $100 coming out of their bank account to buy this hoodie. The decision's set for them. And then they enter their payment method and their shipping address. They get a surprise charge of $12. They're not buying it. Just up the price at that. Make it 112. And then we have account creation friction. A lot of these brands force you to make an account before buying, and you should be including guest checkout. A lot of people just don't want to go through the entire process. Payment security concerns. Use trusted payment providers and be a trusted brand. Show social proof in your profile as well. And then complex form fields. Some brands make it very difficult to actually fill out the whole billing, shipping thing, and just make it very simple. Now, these are some apps that you could easily just increase your CVR just right now. And I've been using these apps for all of my six-figure brands. So the number one app, my all-time favorite, is GSC Countdown Timer. This is basically a timer on the top of your site that just continuously takes down while they're on their site. This is credit to Merlin's father, a huge clothing brand out there who uses it. And the psychology behind it is really simple. Humans won't spend money unless they have to. If you don't give them that one push, they'll just delay the purchase until they forget about your brand. So this is a huge game changer because it forces them to think this site's gonna close or this offer is gone soon. I should really lock in on it. And then number two is Hey, low stock. This is a paid app. It's really cheap, around $5, but this is huge. It's a low stock counter, so it forces that scarcity. So similar to the first one, but with a touch of FOMO, fear of missing out. Humans by nature, they want to fit in. I'm sure you do too. If you've ever been around a group of people, you've probably done decisions that you would have never done on your own. So if these people see other people buying it, their brain's gonna signal them, you need to buy this because it's popular. And then number 3, you probably know about this, Postscript. If you're not maximizing your SMS as a 6-figure brand, you're fucking fumbling. The psychology behind it is really simple. You don't need me to explain this, but you get one-to-one access on a personal level to their phone number. And then if you just have flows for abandoned checkout or abandoned cart, so once they click out, they get a fucking message like, here's 10% off. The stock is running low. Buy it now. With the link, they're buying it. It's very simple. It's gonna pump your CVR and save those abandoned checkouts. Now this is the last pointer. This is huge. Compare at prices. I use this for almost all my brands. It's basically the crossed out price next to the original price. This could be a fake price for all you know. If you manage to raise the cap and then pair it with that GSD countdown timer right here and then make it offer end soon, then your CVR is gonna pump and skyrocket. If you want all the documents I used from this video, that includes the solutions that I made for you, just follow me on Instagram, WoyleFlared, and then DM me the word CVR and I'll send it over to you.